Everybody, Whitney LaBrie here, and I thought today I would just shoot a very quick video to kind of talk a little bit about the 15-room dollhouse. I've had a lot of new subscribers, and some people have asked me behind the scenes, like, what is this house? What's going on with it? And so I thought I'd just do a quick explanation and kind of talk a little bit about what my goals are for the house and what we've done already. For those of you who have subscribed for a long time, you already know a little bit about the house or the background, and you've kind of been following me as I've been refurbishing it. So for you, this is going to be a little bit of a review. The dollhouse itself, I purchased it in a large estate that I bought several years ago. It was in the garage for a long time because initially I thought that I would just sell the house. Since I have such a large collection, I thought that it would probably be better overall for it to hang out in my dining room, aka the dollhouse room in my house. What's really great about it is it was built like a cabinet, so it has a flat back, and so it just sits right up against the wall, and it is on wheels, so I can move it around a little bit. So behind me, you can see the full dollhouse. But I stand about 5'2", and you can see that it is quite a bit taller than I am. At the top here, this part, it lifts up, and it actually, this whole top part comes off as well for transportation, I'm guessing. And it's lit separately than the rest of the dollhouse. And all of this is lit kind of old school by those really big, I always call them nightlight bulbs. So we've got lighting up here, and then there's lighting throughout. But to be honest with you, it's pretty faulty and old. So I have kept it because it's all pre-wired with drill holes, and I'd have to snip all of it out. It still works, so I've just been kind of going with it as I've been refurbishing each room. So the concept of the dollhouse and what I've been doing is basically, I love movies, I love television, and so I wanted to create each room in the dollhouse to represent my favorite movies or favorite television shows. Some new television, some old stuff. Kind of a little combination. It doesn't really matter to me. It all brings me joy, and so I kind of wanted to, of course, have this dollhouse be inspired by those things that make me happy. Since it's such a large dollhouse, obviously it is a mansion. Now, as a kid, I went through a phase of drawing mansions all the time, my own mansions for when I got older and was a billionaire, you know, this type of thing. And they always had really fun rooms in them, like bowling alleys and movie theaters and things like that. And so I am completely open to that concept for this house. Now, I've started with having the traditional rooms in the home, and so we'll go through those really quickly of what I've already done and then a couple of things that I want to do. And of course, you can put your suggestions in the comments below and let me know maybe some of the cool ideas that you have. I certainly want to hear those because I haven't completely thought of every room concept as of yet. We have the three up top, like I was saying. This can be removed. And in this side of the dollhouse, there are 4 room boxes going all the way down. And pretty much those room boxes are full open spaces. I think this one has an additional back area inside of it. The center here has 4 spaces, as you can see. The bottom 2 areas are pretty much a large entry with a spiral staircase, and then the second area here is a hallway. And to be honest, those rooms are so beautiful that I just may keep them how they are and never touch them, aside from cleaning and maintenance and adding furniture and those type of things. This room here and this room are also set up to be a front space and a back area. And we'll talk a little bit about this room here in a second. And then on this side of the dollhouse, there's also 4 large room boxes as well, but 2 of them are set up to be 2 spaces, almost like maybe a side room or a sitting room. I don't know what their intention was. When I bought it, there was no furniture inside. What have we done so far? We started here in the center. I went with the baby's room first. Traditional space that you might find in a normal home. So we did the Wizard of Oz baby room after, of course, one of my favorite childhood movies. This was separated into 2 spaces. What we did was the front part of the room was the baby's area, where the toys are and all that fun stuff, and then to the back is the nursing quarters. And my dog keeps walking through while I'm talking. Okay, from there, where did we go? We went down and I created a dining room. So now the dollhouse has a dining room, and I went with the What We Do in the Shadows themed. We went with the vampire theme. Very into that show, very funny, love that, so I wanted to incorporate that. Also, I tend to lean in a little bit to the darker side of things, so I definitely wanted to have some sort of vampire in the dollhouse. My dollhouse obviously needed an office. So I went with Indiana Jones up here in this corner area, but then behind the office, I created a hidden secret room, which I called the Adventure Room. That room is inspired by all three movies, all three of the original Indiana Jones movies, I should say. So we've got Raiders, Temple of Doom, and The Last Crusade all represented in this space. From there, I went down and I did a children's room. The children's room was based on the movie Poltergeist. We were heading into the October month when this came about, wanted to do something a little bit scary, and so I converted this room into the children's room from Poltergeist with all the 80s toys and all sorts of fun stuff going on. Now, with that particular room, I built a room box in the room box, and I don't really think that I'm going to keep it in there forever. Most likely, the room itself was built where I really needed to be inside of the room box to turn on the thunder and the lightning a little bit more often, and it's really hard to get to. So I probably will build a room box specifically for that at some point. And then, of course, as you can see, I'm dressed like Marty McFly from Back to the Future because I am working on the Back to the Future garage, which is up at the top in the attic. And of course I did that because the space was much more conducive for a garage, but also because we are talking about a flying car. We really don't need the car to be down at the base. So that's what I'm working on, and that video, the last finale of that, will be coming out sometime this weekend. Other than that, that's what I have already, but we have obviously so many more room boxes to go. Some of the things that I want to build out at some point, I want an attic space. So I do have an already kind of built out attic right here in the center. And I want to do a Goonies theme attic. That's on the list of things that I want to do. Over here, I want to do kind of a 50s era, maybe a bowling alley or a movie theater in this space here. And I want it to be on theme with Grease. Love that movie, and I thought I'd like to incorporate that as well. Down here, I do want to work on a Willy Wonka master bedroom, you know, obviously themed with plenty of candy and all sorts of other chocolate and fun stuff like that. And then as far as the living room is concerned, I want to go with the Brady Bunch, a 70s theme living room style, very Brady, very avocado green and golds, you know. I want to do that. In the center, you know, I think I would definitely have, if this was my mansion and I lived in it, I would definitely have a craft room, and I would like to do an Alice in Wonderland themed craft room. So there's that. And then the bottom two, as I kind of talked about, maybe leaving them alone. They're very Victorian, but they kind of remind me of the Clue house. While I may not really refurbish them, maybe I'll work on some different elements from the movie Clue, which is kind of what I envisioned for the dollhouse initially. We'll leave that there. Then that leaves me really with these three spaces here, which are all above the What We Do in the Shadows dining room. Obviously, the dollhouse, this mansion is going to need a kitchen. I've been playing with the idea of doing a Golden Girls kitchen. Love that show, hilarious. Watched it at many different times in my life, and honestly, it's been funny every time. Love that. And then that kind of leaves me with these two spaces here. Obviously, the dollhouse doesn't have a bathroom yet. I've kind of been going back and forth with some different bathroom ideas. The Shining has some iconic bathrooms. Two very iconic scenes in the movie happen in the bathroom, in two different ones. Thinking of that, I don't know if I necessarily will do that. And then up here, I was thinking of maybe like a guest bedroom, and I have quite a bit of Art Nouveau type items that I have collected that I absolutely love. And so I was thinking of doing something Great Gatsby, maybe like a Great Gatsby library. Those are kind of the ideas that I have going on. Still not 100% on these two spaces or even the kitchen. I might go in a different direction and may not do Golden Girls. But for those of you who are new to the channel and didn't really know what was going on or the story behind the house, and of course, as you can see, the house itself on the outside needs a new look also. The shingles, a lot of them need to be replaced, and I don't think I'll ever reshingle it, but a lot of the flower boxes are broken off, and you know, definitely could use new color, and the windows themselves could use some new paint and maybe even like a faux finish on the front of it. But you know, this is several years of work in the process. Anyway, so that's it for this video. Hope I was able to give some clarification about the house itself. Anyway, let me know what you think. Let me know some of your ideas too. Love to hear from you. Hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you this weekend for Back to the Future.